Alright, so I now have 7 of the 8 Octopath Traveler fragments, or whatever the heck. This should leave this as the last one to revisit, right? Now that I have all the abilities, I should be able to get to all the things. Looks like Silex is here. What was the deal with Silex's ship going the one direction on one of the planets that I revisited? And then I didn't even see Silex there. Was there a chance of seeing Silex? Did I not go the right way to see Silex? Also, this is the one that I have yet to revisit, right? I'll double check with the map here real quick. But yeah, become crazy but not too crazy. Don't want to be put into an asylum. Well, it depends on how you classify crazy. You don't necessarily have to be constantly doing crazy, generous, mad lad things to show others one's friendship. You could even just be friends, and then they are like, hey, we're friends. Without needing to be a super crazy mad lad and stuff. Alright, there's a red door there. So I'll just go straight ahead. Is what, whoa, my goodness. That's what I better do. Yeah, so the door's here. So I'll go through this way. That's what I better do. Okay. Ooh. Excuse me. So I should just be able to go basically straight ahead here. That's what I should be able to do. Because, yeah, it's through the labyrinth here. Oh, that was one of the teleport spots. That would have actually saved me some time. Taking one of the teleporters. I'm really dumb. So now it'll probably save me some time over walking that. Because I don't know how much of a maze that is. I don't remember. To use one of the teleporters here. So this... Yeah, is this that teleporter? Just like to go above and beyond with your friends? Yeah, I've definitely noticed. That's not good music. Alex isn't here, is he? Where's the red door? Red door must be down here somewhere. Oh. He's trying to kill me. Someone's gotta be here trying to kill me. It's fine. Because I'm out of here. See you later, whoever you are. Wait, it was this door that I shot, right? Yep. So I haven't been here yet. The stasis bunker. And there's the boss teleporter. That'll be the final eye thing. Okay, if you're magma things, then, like, I should be doing this. And I should do big damage to you, I think. Okay. That's a spawner, too, it looks like. Hey. To alternate my shots back and forth, I guess. Taking this. Okay, should I morph ball into here? Oh, I can probably just walk through there. Alright, I need to open that up. These guys are probably gonna burst out and attack me later. I have no doubt of that. So, let's see here. If I trek on... Oh, yeah, that's a thing, that's a thing, that's a thing, that's a thing. Ow. Okay. Our contest is the Team Skull server for every month, and you like to give $10 for participation reward, and then like $50 for the grand prize. We've done it every time because some of the art they made is pretty sick. Oh, that's really cool. That's a cool way to handle it. And everyone feels appreciated that way. So I'm sure that they greatly appreciate that there. Because most probably wouldn't do a participation reward and stuff, so that was really nice. Where do you come from, purple guy? Uh-oh. Wait, if you're... Whoops. You're gonna be weak to this then, right? Cool. Oh, that's a spawner. I couldn't quite tell at first. Okay, get you out of here. And then say, alright, I'm locked in here for now. There's the boss portal. I can scan this for now. No one's trying to kill me, right? Oh my god. Oh, Squirt missiles. Missiles it is. And then, let me actually scan this, please. Don't know if anything else in here is trying to kill me. Temporarily powering nearby computer. Cool. But yeah, most of it has been Team Skull related. Makes sense for that server. Oh, what? I need to get there in like 20 seconds? What that's telling me? Hold on. Hold on, where was that computer? I don't know where that was. I don't know where that was. Temporarily powering. I don't know where that is. I really don't. I'll deal with these guys first, and then I'll go redo that. Dang it. But yeah, only 2 participants, but the voting was a tie, so you give them both $50. Well, that's really nice of you. Huh. I need to, yeah, get over here. Deal with you real quick. You are still alive. There we go, jeez. So, will this clearly show me where this is if I pay attention? Let's buy the door that I'm locked in with. That was like... Where is that? Where the heck? Oh, it's over here, right? Scan! 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 Oh my goodness, 0.8 of a second left. Temporarily revealing nearby shield key. Temporarily as well! Oh no, where's that at? Oh god. I should have save stated right during that is what I should have done. I think it was in here, right? I think. How do I get up there? How do I get up here? How do I get up here? What? Can't jump through that. Wait, is that a morph ball channel? Wait, how do I get up there? Wait, what? There's a lot of times where you feel like you're not a good friend at all, even after every good thing you've tried your best to. No, don't say that. I'm sure your friends don't feel like that. I know I don't. I know I can't speak for everyone else, but like the insane way that you go out of your way in all sorts of ways, even just like taking time for people and doing your best to see right by them. It really is inspiring, the efforts that you go to. Like, it's crazy, man. I don't know where the heck this morph ball tunnel is. And yeah, that's understandable there. The past can make it easy to worry about stuff like that. Wait, whoa. That's not a morph ball channel. I don't know how... Hold on, I need to figure out how to get there. Here? Or something? Oh? There, yes. Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit of a speed run here, isn't it? So I can do this one just by walking. I can try to scan from as far as it'll let me scan. Oh, I have to hold on to that. Oops. Okay, so... Okay, and then I'm gonna save state like here. Alright, so I scan that from afar. I'm gonna walk this way. I'm gonna save state during the other thingamabob. It's gonna be great. Alright, speedrun. Get down here. Get down here, switch to the scan visor. And then scan this from as far as it'll let me scan away from. Okay.
Let's all go shield off.
And then
Go shield
it'll do this. I'm saving state again, just be safe. Okay, please. Come on. I probably might have been able to jump that faster. Oh boy. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Yoink! That is a really tight time limit there, isn't it? Jeez. Oh boy. Alright. Well, I got one. Is this another one though? That's another one though. I don't know how to get that one. Alright, then we do this. Just afraid of losing all your friends again like you did when you were in middle school and high school, which is the reason you've got extra step to make that relationship more meaningful, hopefully prevent it from happening. I mean, if that's your worry, I honestly don't really think that stuff like that is gonna have that much of an impact on... If there's someone that's like, I don't really think that I'm gonna be this guy's friend or be that connection. I don't think that stuff like being a generous mad lad is gonna make them go like, oh, I changed my mind. Or if it does, that's gonna be the kinds of friends that you don't want to keep anyway, because those are the kinds of friends that are just like, hey, I have something that I can gain from this friendship. I was gonna break it off, but now I won't, because now I have this thing to gain. Like, maybe not always, but there's probably a lot of cases like that, so probably not the best friends for... Oh, I knew this was gonna happen. Not the best friends for keeping anyway. And I completely know that feel of not keeping... Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. A lot of connections after things like high school. My 4 closest friends that I had in high school, 2 of them hooked up with each other, and I never really saw them much anymore after that. And I saw them briefly at like some midnight releases for games at this local mall, and they just seemed kind of very awkward around me. One of them, who was basically like my closest friend in high school, he was a little bit of a social weirdo that even though he seemed to really enjoy spending time with me in person at school, I would ask him if he ever wanted to go out and do anything, and he's like, nah, I'd rather stay home on my own and like play video games and stuff. And he was the one that got me into Twitch in the first place and got me into streaming. So eventually after high school, I had sent him a link that said like, hey, I started a Twitch channel after you introduced me to that platform. And he responded with nice plug. And I think that's the last time we ever spoke. And he's someone that's on like, at least at the time, was on Twitch like, what's the term for when you're doing something like constantly? he was on it like all the time, constantly multitasking Twitch with other things there. So I thought like, hey, him inspiring me to get into Twitch there, I thought he might really like that. Yeah, he responded with nice plug, and I think that's the last thing he ever said to me. And then the last one was one that was pretty close with me, that was always a little bit of an oddball and had some issues with really not seeing other people in like the best light at the time. And an interesting part about that story there, I think I told it briefly during the Metroid Prime 1 playthrough, was someone that had a little bit of a thing for me and had even asked me out at one point, and I was like, you know, I see where this is going with this like whole seeing the worst in people thing, so this is not a good idea. And I was like, yeah, sorry, I don't feel the same. And it seems like not all that long after that she started trying to like ruin my life and spread a lot of lies about me, and that made people that were like semi-friends, semi-acquaintances at school all like really not like me because they believed all these things that just weren't true about me. The person in question that did that has like since apologized and said like, wow, that was like one of the shittiest times of my life. I look back on that and just cringe. It's so embarrassing that that's a thing going on. Nowadays, she lives on the other side of the province and is apparently happily married, it seems like. I went and visited her at one point, and our conversation was kind of awkward, but it seems like we're kind of cool and stuff now, is the case, as far as I can tell. Because I was doing plant stuff, I asked if they'd like any plants that I'm growing brought there as well, and they said they'd like to try growing raspberries, so I brought them some raspberry plants that I hope are doing well. I mean, they're probably dormant right now since it's the middle of winter, but hopefully they'll be able to pick like some nice raspberries and stuff there. So I guess that's the one connection from that group that I kept from high school, but like we don't really chat all that much anymore. And when I was there visiting and stuff and trying to chat, there was those times of just kind of like awkward silence where it's like neither person really knows what to say. So I would just kind of fill the gap with like, hey, here's the stuff that's going on in my life that's really important to me and how that's progressing and stuff. With the Umbreon thing, I don't know if I know anyone with an Umbreon thing, so I assume the answer is probably no. But I was just kind of filling the void with conversation there because it was just like awkward silence otherwise, and just like awkward just sitting around waiting for the next person to say something. And so I did that and talked about recent stuff going on. And then a few days later, she posted in the venting channel in the Discord server saying like, man, it's really frustrating when you really want to say things, but people just won't stop talking about themselves and stuff like that. I was like, oh, I really hope she's not talking about me. And ever since then, I haven't really reached out or chatted to her all that much because I never really asked or confirmed that with her. I was thinking about reaching out to her like, hey, this is the way I saw the situation. I hope that's not the way that you saw it. But it was just kind of really awkward, and I didn't really bring it up. And now that's just like an idea that I have in the back of my head that's like, was she talking about me? Did she think that I wasn't letting her speak? Because I swear it was just like awkward silence otherwise. I was trying to like fill it and talk about stuff that's meaningful to me there because there was literally nothing being said otherwise, and it was just kind of like this awkward atmosphere. So yeah, there was that. I am very lucky to have grown up in the German bilingual program in that there's only like a handful of German bilingual elementary schools, and then junior high and high school in the city, there's only one. So anyone that I went to elementary school with that was in German bilingual, I went to junior high and high school with. So there are some of those connections that I've kept that we'll chat like maybe once or twice a year. We don't exactly actively spend a whole lot of time together or anything like that. We usually try to have a get-together at least once per year. And that's usually it, because we're all like busy. We've got stuff going on in our lives. We didn't manage to get one going this last December. We usually try to get them going in December. We did have one for Thanksgiving, though. We did have a Friendsgiving. And it's interesting to see people that I haven't seen for years and catch up with them and stuff like that. So there's those kinds of connections that I have where it's like, we might not really talk to each other all that much, but we know that if someone in the group needs help, the rest is there for them. And, you know, those are some really treasured connections. You met one of them at the end of Fragapalooza when I was driving out in the Fargo, and he was rolling on in, and I was showing him the Fargo, and I took him for a drive. That was one of them, for example, that I invited to Frag there. and who I'm going to be giving some driving lessons in the Fargo, teaching him how to drive a 3 on the tree this spring. So there are some connections like that where it's like we'll chat a few times a year because we grew up in the German bilingual program together. I wasn't as close to them in like later junior high and high school because I started getting social anxiety and thinking that they didn't really like me, and later found out that that was never the case and I was overthinking things. So I had my German friend group in like elementary school into junior high, and then in junior high I kind of split off into making a new friend group, a drama friend group, and then I had the German group that I was kind of iffy and kind of awkward with because I was second guessing things too much, and turns out they never actually hated me like I thought they did and were actually all right with one another nowadays. And my drama group, of which that's the only one person that I really know nowadays, and the other two, like, things are kind of awkward and weird between us as well. I'll talk about that in a hot second here. But yeah, and yeah, got me more like grow file. It's about how you live your life, gotta make that life shine. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, Timon is his name. He's definitely a super chill dudo. I went to Jesus camp with him once. When he was in university as well. Here, I'll just pause this for a hot second. When he was still in university at the same university as me, there would be some times that part of the group would meet up on this bar on campus and just like catch up about current stuff. And I'm someone that's never been religious like ever, and he's someone that's like devoutly so. And but we both handle things like very respectively. We don't take offense to like other people having ideas. So there was a couple times at these little bar outings they would end up discussing like our different beliefs and why we believe what we do and like our different worldviews and stuff like that. And there were actually some really nice conversations. Like they were really awesome, deep conversations. So later, a couple of years later, I guess he figured since we had those conversations and because I was open-minded, he invited me on this trip near the Rocky Mountains that I forget what the actual name of the trip was, but I call it Jesus Camp because it's funnier to call it that. It was this religious trip there by all these university students across the province that was meant to study one of the Gospels. I had no idea that there was multiple Gospels until that. We studied the Gospel of Mark, I believe it was, and I was analyzing it in a very different way than everyone else there. Most people there were just like, huh, so this is what happened. Let's find an explanation for what happened that way. And I was like the one person there that was thinking things like, huh, the way an exorcism is described is much like what we would currently understand today as symptoms of a seizure, but they wouldn't have understood it as that back then and might have come up with alternative explanations like this. You know, I was the one person that was kind of analyzing things in a little bit of a different light. And I usually kept those ideas to myself. I didn't really voice them all that much. In brief instances where I did, the older generations would be not very impressed with me voicing that. But the younger generations, people around my age that were even like super devoutly into it, would be like, huh, that's interesting. Never thought about it that way. And we're actually like really open-minded. It was really good to see. So that was cool. And yeah, so he ended up inviting me to Jesus Camp. I said, yes, I'll go, and I went on an adventure with him for a week near the Rockies to Jesus Camp there. And now this story I can tell for the rest of my life. I figured I could stay in the city, I could work on like a whole bunch of projects I have going on and stuff that I'm busy with, and make a lot of progress on things. But then ultimately down the line, I'm going to forget about this week, it's not going to matter in the grand scheme of things. Or I can go on this trip, and whether I love it or hate it, it'll be a story I can tell for the rest of my life. So him and I went to Jesus Camp together. It was a fun time. It was interesting. I'm glad I went. Can't say that my mind was changed, but I had a fun trip. And it was fun to spend that time with him. So, like, him and I, having gone on adventures like that, we're cool with one another. Stuff like that. So, yeah, that's a tale of a misadventure there. And there's a couple other friends that I grew up with that we've been trying to organize SpongeBob movie game shenanigans with. I invited them to this, but one of them couldn't make it to be here and play SpongeBob movie games with me. Maybe next LAN party or something like that, they'll be able to make it. But yeah, one of these days here. But yeah, actually that just reminded me, you did go on one way back then. You had a great time, went all the way to Israel and to see the Holy Land. That's a really cool trip. It was really great, but also super scary because what was going on at the time. So he invited you, but he still went. Yeah, and he knew that. He knew that I wasn't into that kind of thing, but he knew that I was open-minded and like discussing that kind of stuff with him. So I said, yeah, I'll come. I'll come on this trip, and we did a road trip together to this camp, and we spent a week there, and it was interesting. But yeah, so and it's good to be like open-minded and not be like, you think something differently from me? How dare you? You know. So, and we ended up having a lot of discussions there. It was a several-hour trip out there, so on the road trip back where we were just carpooling. We ended up discussing a lot of things and having a lot of in-depth discussions there. And nowadays, the two of us are like again, we'll only chat like a few times a year, and that's it really. But we're tight, and I'm gonna teach him how to draw my Fargo because he's interested in doing that and he thinks it's cool. So that's neat. There's that. Also, funnily enough, apparently he was a student teacher at my cousin's school at one point. So there was a time that we were working on the truck together, and they were surprised when they recognized each other. Yeah, kiddo and the adult, because the student and the teacher and stuff like that. So that was fun. That was good there. Where the heck was I going? What was I doing? I have one of the things. Am I done with this? There's a way up there that I haven't gone through yet. And as for the other two in high school that, oh, this isn't open. Why isn't this open? Hold on. I already scanned this, so there's no way that I can scan that now. I am confused. What am I missing? That is the boss teleporter that I need to activate. Oh. Oh. Those two. They, in the early days of the channel, they actually used to stop by a decent bit, and they were some channel mods for, like, the first few months, I believe. And we used to be pretty close, but as they, were getting more and more into each other, I feel like I saw them less and less, and I believe they're still together nowadays, like, 7 years later, so guess that was a match made to be. But, I never really see them all that much. I haven't chatted with them in a while, apart from some brief things in person, interestingly enough. Because, the one of them actually was the one that drew the hat badge that I've used for the past however many years on this channel, interestingly enough. Except the version that you see used as, like, the Discord server icon and all that was, like, a test sketch that she put together and, like, took a phone picture of and sent to me, I think it was. And I was the one that turned it digital. I colored it in and prettied it up a little bit. So it was kind of the two of us working together. You could say that she was the one that made the general design, and I'm the one that prettied it up and digitalized it and made it pop and stuff and gave it color. She had told me, like, oh, I feel kind of bad that I never actually went around to making those, the hat badges that I meant to make you for your channel there, but I'll eventually get around to it. And then never actually got around to it. And then many years later, I ran into them a couple times, the most recent time being in the line for Scarlet and Violet. We've run into each other a couple times, like, the two of them and me, in this one mall for midnight releases of, like, some big Nintendo games, since they're big into that. And the last time that there was one of those for Scarlet and Violet, I was like the one, actually no, wait, it was Tears of the Kingdom. It was Scarlet and Violet, and then Tears of the Kingdom came out afterwards. And I saw them in the line for Tears of the Kingdom as well. In the line for Scarlet and Violet, I ended up chatting with them a decent bit. And there was a little bit of a group of people that I recognized from high school that were there. And the one guy that was part of the two that I was really close to there, he seemed really awkward around me, and no, I think he was more awkward at the Tears of the Kingdom one. I'm getting memories all mixed up. But he was a little bit awkward feeling during the Scarlet and Violet one. And he was really hyped for Scarlet and Violet. He was like, this was going to be the second coming of Christ. He was, like, so hyped for this to be, like, the best video game that I'd ever played. And was really excited to just be really excited for this game and ramble about that and stuff. And when I didn't really reflect that same kind of thing, that seemed to kind of put him off about me a little bit. I was the one person in the line there that was there being like, yeah, I don't think these games are going to be that good, but I'm picking it up for review purposes. And that kind of semi-killed his attitude a little bit. And wasn't really engaging in all that much conversation with me there at that point. And we're kind of more of like acquaintances at that point that were just making conversation within a group, it felt like. And I remember that I think it was in the Tears of the Kingdom line later, where I ran into him again, and he told me that I was trying to make some conversation with him, and one of the things that he told me is, you know, I actually get recommended your video essays on YouTube sometimes, like on the homepage, but I can never bring myself to click them, because it's so weird to me that someone that I went to high school with went on to become a famous YouTuber. I was like, I'm literally not. Not remotely. I'm not, man. And he was like, no, you definitely are a little bit. As far as I remember, I think that's the last thing that we said to one another. It was just kind of really awkward from there, and the conversation didn't really go on. He seemed to put me on like this pedestal where it's like, oh, I'm in a completely different world now, and I'm not like him anymore. It's like, no, I'm just a fellow nerd. But he seemed like really off about me, and it was in the Tears of the Kingdom line later that he implied that one of the reasons for that is because of my channel and my channel getting attention, which is I find really odd. And as for his partner, my other close friend there from high school, I believe, I didn't see her in the line for Tears of the Kingdom, if I recall. My memories could be getting blurred, so I could be losing my mind, but I remember she was in the line for Scarlet and Violet as well. And we were chatting one-on-one a little bit, and she apologized for me for being like, oh, I know I said that I was gonna, like, redo a nice version of the hat badge there, like, years ago. I never got around to doing that. But as we were chatting and, like, catching up about stuff that had happened over the years, and seeing where one another's lives were at, it seems like we were really vibing with one another, and she was like, I'm really sorry that I didn't do that, but hey, I'll be sure to do it now, and I'll let you know when I've got something worked up, and, you know, I'd like to finish this thing that I promised you all those years ago, and I was like, wow, that's really kind of you, thank you for doing that. That's the last time we spoke. She never followed up about that. There was radio silence after that, so I honestly have no idea what those two think of me. I don't know what I did / didn't do that caused these kinds of feelings, and yeah, now some of those two close friends from high school, I'm just in a situation where it's like, I have no idea what they think of me. Part of me doesn't want to know what they think of me because I'm worried it might be something bad. I don't know why, but they just seem like really awkward and iffy about me. I don't know why. Maybe it was because of some of the lies that were spread about me in high school. I would think that probably not that, considering that was something that they were subject to as well from someone else, so I would assume they wouldn't buy into that kind of stuff. The guy implied that it was something to do with, like, my channel there, with some of his weirdness with me, and I just don't get it. So, yeah. Believe me that I get it in terms of, like, some connections that I thought that I was going to keep for the rest of my life, and it's just like they just seem to have no interest in you. And I mean, you do also have to consider that with some connections, some things are like twofold. It's like one person not reaching out to the other person, and that person not reaching out to the first person. Then it's like both sides are at fault if nobody's making an effort. But here it's like, I kind of wanted to reconnect with them, and they just seem really awkward and weird about me. That one friend that I was spending a lot of time with in high school that was the one that got me into Twitch. I tried several times to spend time with him after high school, and he had no interest in it whatsoever. And then there's the friendo that tried to ruin my life for a little while, but then later apologized and now seems like a much better person, but also seems a little bit weird about me. And that after that whole post in the venting channel that I thought was talk about me, I was like, huh? Wait, what? And now I'm in a state of like, I don't know what she thinks about me either. And it's just a really weird situation. So yeah, if I didn't have the German group that I grew up with from, like, before even elementary school, from Die kleine Kinderschule, which is before kindergarten actually, I probably wouldn't have had any grade school friends that I kept really all that much at all. So yeah, I get it. Yeah, first when Sword and Shield came out and you were criticizing the series, kind of disagreed a bit, but that didn't stop me from not vibing with you. Just don't like bringing it up because our views are so different, but with how the franchise went, you can agree with a lot of things with what you say, especially Scarlet and Violet. Not a big fan of that there. Like, Sword and Shield was super generic, yeah. But the characters felt were the best thing of the game. I can agree with that, actually. And still enjoyed it because of the interaction with those characters. I'd say that the characters are cool and interesting. I like them. That's a part I can say I liked about Sword and Shield. I'll keep on playing and stuff here. And yeah, when it comes to having, like, different views and still being able to big vibe with one another, that's like my pal Timon and me. Like I said, I'm someone that's, like, never been, like, religious in any way, and I went to Jesus camp with him, and it was a fun adventure that I enjoyed, you know? And, I quite enjoyed that trip. I forgot how to use a scan visor for a hot second, I'm gonna be honest. You know, one thing you've always been told at work the past few months is that if someone has something bad to say about you and they just don't like you, then everyone, who cares what they think, but a lot of times you stress because a lot of people you see nowadays are just the same people you see and don't want their relationship to be negative if we see each other so often. Yeah, but I mean, if you're just being yourself, then it's like there's not really much that you can do about it. is the case. Do I need to go back for anything? I can go back for some missiles and stuff, I don't mind. That might not be a bad idea. Like, that's the way that I kind of see it here. And I mean, I've kind of struggled with connections in university as well. What with, the fact that I had gone through all these years of university, 6 years of university, without keeping a single connection. And there have been some that I tried to keep and follow up with, but didn't seem all that interested in, like, following up with conversation. I've even gotten ghosted by a couple people. But I've been trying to become more extroverted in the past couple of years here. And this last university semester with my game design group that I was making a text adventure game with, who are the ones that I ended up inviting to West Edmonton Mall for the Extra Life event, the last event stream LAN party-like thing that we did on this channel. Which is something that I've never done for people that I haven't really known all that well before. I'd only known them, like, what, a month and a half at that point. I was like, hey, you want to come play video games with me at West Edmonton Mall? And then, okay, and we all played video games, and it was fun. And we're still chatting from time to time, like, into this new semester. Although, we were thinking about coordinating games to play together, but we're all really busy with university that I don't know if that's happening there, but we are staying in, like, relative contact, and maybe sometime this summer we might end up doing some game stuff, and now I actually have some hope that I might actually have some connections that I get to keep after a semester of university. Maybe. That's the hope, but we'll see. Yes, I would love to exit ship here. The teleporter that I was just on was... where? It was there-ish or something, right? But yeah, but someone you don't see, if someone you don't see very often, whoops. Or know people you're going to see for one time, then yeah, then it doesn't really matter all that much. But yeah, I know that can be difficult for those that you're in a group kind of setting with. This was the teleporter I took, right?